All right, guys. Let's talk about risk management in forex trading. All right. Quickly, I'll be showing you guys. Okay. Okay. So let's see how many of us understands how to trade the forex markets. All right. For some days now, we'll be trying to handle some topics in the forex market. All right, so today I'll be marking out some institutional levels where I'm trying to engage in the forex market, where I am expecting traders to come in. All right, so if you're a forex trader and you understand what you are doing, I'll be asking some questions, and most times I like testing the IQs of traders. All right, I like knowing our levels as traders so that we can equally learn together. Okay, so let's go on GU. This is what I'm seeing right now, and this is what I'm looking at. I told you guys from higher time frame, which is daily, our trend is what? Bearish. Our trend is what? Bullish. All right. Okay, we can see that our trend is what? Bullish. With that being said, this is our change of character from daily. All right, this is our change of break of structure from daily. Okay, like I always teach my followers on TikTok, I have one simple model. All right, once you get a break of structure, the next thing you do is what? Locate the other block excuse me, that gave you that break of structure. Locate that other block and map it out. Once this is done, the next thing you want to do is wait for price to pull back to this level and give you what? A W formation. Once you get this, you can now target the high. All right, so this is how I trade, and this is how I trade my followers to trade. Okay, once you've been able to identify your order block, map it out and go for towards lower time frame and look for what? W formation. All right, so this is what I teach every day, and hopefully I'm going to show you guys how to trade with it. All right, it's a simple model I use. Now you've been able to identify your structure. This is our break of structure, this is our high, and this is our low. The next thing you do is what? You map out the other block that gave you what? That break of structure. Once you map out the other block that gave you the break of structure, you go down to lower time frame. All right, some of us who don't understand what it means to use time frame alignment. Now if you are using a time frame alignment, it means that you will start with daily. From daily you step down to what? 4 hours. From 4 hours you step down to what? 15 minutes. So our structure right now is bullish, and we'll be able to map up the other block which we want to buy from. And looking right here, you can see that price have already tapped the other block. So what do? We go down to lower time frame. Okay, now this other block right here is the zone we want to buy from. All right, so we need lower time frame to give us what? W formation. Once you get this W formation, is an indication that what? We are ready to buy. All right, so let's go down to 4 hours. Now when you come down to 4 hours, first thing you do is what? Identify the structure on 4 hours. Identify the structure on 4 hours. What you want to do is buy, but at the same time you want to be sure if 4 hours is showing you buy before you start buying. Okay, so this is it. This is change of character, this is break of structure, this is also what? Break of structure. So currently now we are having what? A pullback. So 4 hour is what? Bearish. Okay, now we need 4 hours to align with what? Daily for us to trade the higher time frame structure. All right, we need 4 hours to align with daily for us to trade the higher time frame structure. Okay, so this is it right now. Now on 4 hours, what do we want to see? We want to see 4 hours give us a structure like this, and what? Change of character. Once we get change of character to the upside, then we can now look for the other block of 4 hours and target what? The high, which is this ultimate high right here. This is how I trade, and this is the simple model I give out. All right, this is very simple. If you can understand this, trading will no longer be difficult for you. Okay, but right now 4 hour is bearish. Like I said, you can as well trade 4 hours. Trade 4 hours until 4 hours turns bullish. Then you start looking for what? Bullish formation. Are you seeing this? All right, now 4 hour is reacting to what? This other block. 4 hour is reacting to this other block right here. That's why I see price is what? Rejecting. So this is a valid structure. Now what I want to see right now is if 4 hour can come, take out this low with a candle close and reject to this side and close above this high with a candle. If I get this formation, that is a very clear indication that the buyers are ready to get into this trade. That is a very clear indication that buyers are ready to get into the trade. What do I do next? I look for opportunity to buy and target the whole of this high. This is how I get a high probability setup. This is how I get a high winning rate trade. What I do is I wait for this formation. So I want to see this candle take out this. I want to see my price take out this low with a candle close. Once I get that candle close, I want to see what? A rejection to this upside by taking out this high. If I get a candle close above this high, is a clear indication that buyers are ready to take over the market. Then I can take this trade and target 1:10, 1:15. This is how I get a high probability setup. Okay. Now, we've been able to identify our structure from 4 hours, that the structure is what? Bearish. All right, so we need 4 hours to turn bullish. That is why right now I cannot be in this trade. I'm waiting for this trade to align bullish. In what? 4 hours. On 4 hours, okay? Now, when we go down to 15 minutes, we also see that 15-minute structure is what? Bullish. Okay, 15-minute structure is bullish, but I cannot buy 15 minutes because 15 minutes, this low here looks like liquidity traps, looks like liquidity build up. All right, so in respect to this, I am not going to be buying from here. Rather, what I want to see is price to come down, take out this low. Is for price to come down, take out this low, a candle close below this place. If I get a candle close below this place, next thing I want to do is price to take out this high. Once this is confirmed, I can buy with my eyes closed using proper risk management. All right, so this is how I trade the forex market. Now, if you can get this simple model, you will see how trading will be simplified to you. You don't necessarily have to trade every day. No, you must not trade every day. All you need is just a good, perfect setup like this. Just one good setup like this in a week is enough, is all you need. One good setup in a week is all you need. Okay, so I'm coming. Let me highlight the watermark the pair so that you guys can see for those joining. Okay, so this is 15-minute class, like I was saying. Okay, so 15 minutes are giving us a change of character to the upside. Okay, But I will not buy with this 15 minutes. I want to see price come back and take out this low. If price takes out this low and breaks this structure right here, that is where I will start buying. That's exactly when you get what we call break of structure, change of character, sorry. So like I said, this is where we want to buy from, but we need the confirmation that price is ready to start buying. And how do we get that confirmation? We get it only from 4 hours. All right, we need 4 hours to align bullish. Once that is clear, then we can look for opportunity and buy to this high. Okay, so this is how I get a high probability setup. This is how I get a high winning rate. This is how I get a high winning trades. You patiently wait for it. You don't rush. Patience pays you more. Okay, so this is it. What I want to see, like I was saying, guys, I want to see this. Once I get this on H4 right now, I will now look for a buy formation and target all these highs starting from here. This should be my first TP and this is be my second TP. Only this trade alone should be able to give me 1 ratio 15 to 20 if I get it in the right zone, which should be somewhere here. Excuse me, guys. Okay, so this is the structure on 4 hours. I'm going to remove this drawing because most I don't like when I have too much drawing on my chart. I like my chart to be very, very simple. Okay, so I'm just showing you guys the trend on what? GBP, JPY. Okay, what I want to see right now is let me just center it around there to remove too much noise. Okay, this watermark too, let me reduce it. I believe you guys can see it like this. Okay, so what I want to see now is for price to come, take out this low, okay, and give us bullish formation. This is the W formation I want to see. Once I get this W formation right here, I look for opportunity and buy and target the whole of this high. All right, so this is kind of trade that can give you 1 ratio 15, 1 ratio 20, and 1 ratio 30, depending on how you cash the trades. Okay, all right, so let's check Euro USD. Now I have a very simple rules. Are you saying what is happening here? This is what I have here. On my rules, what I do is each time I come to the charts, I always take out my drawings and go to what? Daily. I want to see the structure very clear from daily. I want to get the daily structure to know what price is doing from daily. All right, now clearly, if you can see with me here, this is the structure of what? Daily. This is where we have the change of character. Okay, this is where we have the break of structure. Are you seeing it? So you need to be able to develop your market structure in a way that under 1 minute you can see the structure of the market. Under 1 minute you should be able to identify the market direction. Okay, so this is it on daily. Now on daily, what you do is once you map out your high, your low, your high, then you've identified the structure, if it's what? Break of structure or market structure shifts. Once you're able to identify, the next thing you do again, like I said, is what? Identify the other block that gave you that break of structure. Okay, then map out what? The extreme order block too. These are the 2 zones you are interested in buying from. These are the 2 zones you are interested in buying from. Okay, so once you've been able to map out this, what do? You go down to lower time frame, which is 4 hours. On 4 hours, you want to read the structure. What is the structure on 4 hours? All right, on 4 hours, you can see right now that 4 hour is what? Bearish. Okay, so what we want to see is, we want to see 4 hours align bullish. This is what we want to see. Once we've been able to get this on 4 hours, it's a very clear indication that buyers are ready to come in. This is the kind of trade you buy, throw your password and wait for price to hit TP or what? Stop loss. This is the kind of setup you want to see. So how do I want to see it? I want to see price take out this low. Okay, this is the pullback that we have already. I'm using 4 hours right now. Okay, so what I want to see is this. I want to see price take out this low, then come back to take this high. If I get this clear formation, is an indication that what? Buyers are ready to come in. This is a clear indication that buyers are ready to come in. Once I get this formation, I can buy from anywhere around this place and target the whole of this high. Okay, and target the whole of this high. All right, so this is it. But once I get a change of character here to the upside, what I'll do is I'll go down to lower time frame and refine my entry in a way that my stop loss, it should give me at least 1:10. My risk to reward should give me at least 1:10. That is the type of stop loss I'll be looking for. That is kind of take profit and stop loss I'll be looking for. I will refine it low to very low time frame. All right, so this is how I want to trade this trade right here. This is what I'm looking at for on Euro USD. This is what I'm actually looking at for. Okay, let's do the same thing on AUD USD. Remember the simple rules. Remove all the drawings. Okay, then go down to daily. Now on daily, we can see the trend has been bullish. Okay, now this is the last trend we had. Breakout. Okay, so once you've gotten this breakout, what do? Identify your highs and the lows. Okay, breakout structure. Now once you've been able to identify this two, the next thing you do is map out your what? Order block. Then wait for price to come to this order block. Okay, so once you've been able to map out this, you can now step down to what? A lower time frame. A lower time frame, which is what? 4 hours. Time frame alignment matters a lot. If you are using daily, the lower time frame you can use is what? 4 hours. So let's come down to 4 hours and see the structure on 4 hours. Okay, on 4 hours, we also had the same formation as what? Break of structure. Okay. Now, can you see, guys, that I did not observe this place? I did not talk about this place. It's supposed to give us change of character. The reason is this thing is double bottom. So long as there's no candle close below, it's not valid as a structure to me. All right, what I'll do is just map up the lowest low, the lowest wick between the two of them, and take it out as my structure. All right, so this is going to be my structural high, which is break of structure. Okay, then this is going to be our structural high, and this right here will be our structural low. Okay, now once you've been able to map out these two, the next thing you do is what? You can either refine it to 4 hour order block, which is this one, and wait for price to come back to that order block. Okay, once price come back, you want to get a shift of character or market structure shift to this or to from here. Once price get to this other block, this is what you want to see. Now, this is a very simple model that I teach. Consistently doing this every time. Don't bother yourself with what is happening right here. Wait for price to come to the other block you've marked. Look for change of character. Okay. Now the question is, will price always come to this place? Will price always come here? No, that's the simple truth. Price will not always come here. There are sometimes price will give you a pullback like this and continue without coming to your extreme order block. It happens several times, all right? But that should not be your problem. Your goal should be what? Focus on only this extreme order block. Have only one model. Focus on only that one. All right, because this is the reason why a lot of traders they lose. They want to trade from everywhere. They want to trade with every confluence. No, it's not like that. All inefficiency is not for you. Choose one. Choose one. If you want to use what they call this other one, fair value gap, you use it. If you want to use breaker block, you use it. Choose one. If you want to use this extreme order block, use it. I prefer this extreme order block because it has a higher win rate compared to when you are using what? These middle ones. Now the thing is, I miss trades a lot of times because I use this extreme order block. But the thing is, if I get a trade here, I will get higher win rate compared to those getting here. Now when you are getting in from here, several times also, you always get kicked out. You always get manipulated. You always get induced. All right, according to these people, they always say inducement. To me, I don't preach inducement. All I have to do is wait for price to come here. Once you come here, I wait for change of character and I fire to this side. Simple. It saves me from the stress of jumping for one kitusment or dudusment or whatever they call it. All those things to me are big grammar. Wait for this place. Consistency is this key. It's not a matter of how many times you are trading. It's a matter of how consistent you are in doing one thing repeatedly over a period of time. All right, and when you keep doing that one thing, only one thing, over a period of time, you will see the result. This is something I've tried and is working. All right, that's why I can tell you guys, this place is the best place to wait for. This place is the best place to wait for. A lot of manipulations happens here. A lot of manipulations happens here. So it's best you wait for what? This extreme zone. All right, this is the place to wait for. Okay, good. So guys, this is it. If there's any currency you want me to review, guys, you can drop it at the comment section. All right, so that I can check it for you. All right, but this is what I'm checking for. This on AUD USD. Okay, let's go to another currency again. NZD USD. Now remember the rules. Once you come to the currency, first thing, drop to the what? Daily time frame. Now once you've done to daily, remove all your drawings. Good. Now once you remove your drawing, the next thing you do is what? Identify the structure. Identify the structure. Very necessary. Now you can see price was bullish, sorry, bearish. Then from here we got change of character to the upside. Price did a pullback, came here, manipulated here, giving the first breakout, came back again, give us a first breakout, and what? Took out this high. All right, so this is where we had our first change of character. All this right here are manipulation. Okay, so this is the main change of character we want to see. All right, now once you've been able to map out that place, the next thing you do is what? Map out your low and your what? Your high. Now if you have these two, the next thing you need is draw your what? Other block. The other block that gave you that breakout, you map it out and wait. And wait, whatsoever, anything going here is no longer, anything going on here is no longer your border, is no longer your concern. All you have to do is to wait for price to come back to this place. If price does not come and continue, you continue with the price. If price does this, without coming to your other block, you leave it and mark this new low. Continue from here, mark the other block from here, and wait for price to come to it. This is it. You look from here and continue. All right, so once price just pull back to this place, you look for your entry and go. Just have one simple model. This will save you from the stress of having this psychology issue, inducement, liquidity, and it will save you from all those plenty grammar. The thing is, no matter how good you are, you always get, there is a period you always hit stop loss. It's normal. But when you have a refined entry and you focus on only that entry, you will find out that all this careless psychology, inducements, liquidity, it will no longer be a problem to you, because you are not trading randomly. I don't even remember the last time I trade based on what they call it. What's it? I can't remember the last time I trade based on session. Yes, I can't even remember. Can't remember the last time I say, it's London session, let me trade London session, or it's a New York session, let me trade New York session, or it's Asian session, let me trade. I can't even remember last time I did that. All I do is patiently wait for price to come to my zone. Anytime it comes here and I get that time frame alignment that it has given me bullish formation, I take my trade. Once I get it, I take my trade, target this high. I don't care the time frame it forms on. I don't care the time frame it forms on. I don't even care about this session. All right, when you've been able to refine your entries like this, did I remove it? Once you've been able to refine a strategy like this, you now see that you are now above 90% of traders that are always jumping from one thing to another. You now have precise entry, precise setup. All right, Idris Shehu, I see you. Thank you, my chief. All right, you now have precise entry and precise setup. This is how you want to trade. Benson also, I see you. Lenny Ambura, I see you guys. Okay, so that is how you trade as a trader. Don't be jumping from one thing or one setup. No, have a refined entry. Once you have it, sit down, patiently wait for a setup to come. Now, that is why I advise a lot of people, don't have one currency. You can have as many pair as you want. Like this Euro USD, I have it in my list. GBP USD, I have it in my list. What I do is wait for the day price will come to any of this setup. And I wait, any day I get the setup on this currency, I trade it. Any day I get set up on Euro USD, I trade it. Any day I get set up on AUD USD, I trade it. Alright, so once I've been able to map out that zone, I will just wait for any day price comes to them. I trade. Okay, now see gold today. Gold is actually playing out. Okay, now what am I doing on gold? I'm patiently waiting for price to come to me on gold. I'm waiting for price to come back to this place for me to look my entry. Anything going on here now is no longer my concern. All I want to see is for price to come back to these zones. Once price comes to any of these zones and give me a buy formation, I will enter the buy and target what? The high. Where is the high? This place, before I target the almighty high. It's that simple, guys. It's that simple. This is it. All right, so guys, if there's any currency you want me to review, you can drop it on the comment section and I will review it for you. But with that being said, this is how I trade. It's very simple, no stress. I don't care whatever is going on here. All I want to see is how price will react from these two zones. And if the reaction gives me a confirmation of what I want to trade, I enter my trade and close my laptop and wait till it hits my CPs. Silver, the same thing on silver. Are you seeing it? The same thing on silver. All this trade when they were here, I was shouting on my TikTok, don't trade, wait till you get a clear formation. This is the clear formation we are looking for. I don't trade synthetic, but my strategy, if you have it, you can trade any of the currency. Okay, so all I want to see is for price to pull back to these levels. If price does give that pullback, good, I will trade silvers and take it to any level. But if it doesn't come, I will leave it. I will not bother myself with who is trading gold, silver, or whatever they are making. No. The only thing I want to see is for a pullback and continuation. If price comes down like this and continue, I will refine my entry to the other block here. If it comes down to this extreme place, I will do the same thing. But if it doesn't, I will look for entry from here when pullback comes and continue. This is a simple model I teach. This is a simple model I analyze and tell people to trade it. When you do this, you will see how quick you will grow in this industry. This mistake I was making few years was trying to trade everything I was seeing, trying to trade every setup I see. But it did not take me anywhere. I was just moving in a cycle, no growth. It was when I was able to refine how to focus on only the extreme order block. That is when I started seeing growth. All right, so it can also happen to you. It can also happen to you. Have a refined entry. Don't judge to any trade because others are jumping. Now, this is Euro USD JPY. Okay. Remember, I have one rules. Once you come to the chart, check the trend of that currency first. Identify the structure. Okay. Identify the structure. Are you seeing it? This is where we have change of character to the downside. Once you have change of character to the downside, what do? You map out your high and your low. Now this is it. Once you have these two, you have gotten direction of the trend of the market. The next thing you do is what? Map the extreme order block that gave you that breakout structure. This is it. So all I do now is to wait for price to come to this place. Anything going on here is none of my concern. If I want to trade this one, I can trade it as what? Eternal structure, which I understand. But what I do is I focus and wait for price to come to this place. Once price comes to this place, I will look for a sell formation, which is M formation. Once I get it, I'll do what? Target this low and continue. If it doesn't give me a sell formation, it breaks out. I'll now start focusing on these lows to go. This is just the simple model I use. This thing has saved me from a lot of stress from this market. It has saved me from a lot of nightmares. All right, when you're done from weekly, you can come down to daily. On daily, you do the same thing. Check out the structure on dailies. What is the structure on days? Daily structure. Daily time frame. What is the structure? This is the structure on daily. On 4 hours, excuse me. This is the structure on 4 hours. So price can break this low. By taking out this low, we had what? Change of character to the downside. So now, where is the direction? The direction is bearish. So where are you looking to get in from? Is here. Excuse me. This is where we are looking for entry to take price to this downside. All right. So price came to here the first time. It was rejected. Was it able to take out this low? No. Because it did not take this rule, it means that this structure, this zone is still valid. till price takes out this low, we can now move our interest from this structure or this zone to this zone. But so long as price have not taken out this low, this zone is still valid. This is where we're expecting institutional traders to get in from. That is where this place can now become what? Inducement, according to my inducement traders. Alright? So that's it. Now with this, now I have a clear direction of this market. I don't even need to stress myself. All I have to do is just patiently wait for price to come to this zone. Once price does, I'll look for what? Change of character. Once I get it, I target this low. Shikina. Anything going on here now no concern me, except say I just want to trade. If I want to trade there, I can follow this structure right here. But this is not what I teach. This is not the kind of trade I like taking. I like trades that has high win probability. A trade that gives me at least 1:10, 1:15. Those are the kind of trade I take. If I want to take this trade now, once I get a break to this upside, I'll wait for a pullback and continue to this high or somewhere here. It's simple. But if I don't want to trade it, no need to chase price. Just to sit down and wait patiently for price to come here. Once price come here, give me change of character to the downside. I will enter and drive it to this downside. Shikina, that is how I trade. This is GBP USD. This was a trade I took last week Friday from this zone. Alright. But because it was Friday, I had to close the trade and leave the market. Are you seeing this? So it's the same model. All I have to do is wait for price to come here. Why am I buying? Why am I selling from here? It's because I had 4-hour structure right here. This is 4-hour structure. This is break of structure on 4 hours. So where is the valid place to sell from? From this extreme order block. This is why I sold this market, in order to target this low. This is one simple model I use. You go or you no go, so long as this is what I always do. If I see the price, I take it. If I feel like I'm not taking, I leave it. But I've seen this thing I'm showing you works 80% of time. I've seen it work. Alright, so having one simple model simplifies trading for you. Having one simple model simplifies trading for you. Okay, so let's analyze GBP JPY. Alright, remember I have one simple rule. Once I come to the chart, I clear off everything and start the analysis afresh. Okay, now this is a breakdown, pullback, breakout, pullback, and this is what? The breakout. Alright, so since this breakout, there has never been another breakout. All we have here is what? Sweep of liquidity. Sweep of liquidity. That's all we've had here. There have never been another break of structure. This high are liquidities. Alright, so prices have come back to this zone, which is the structure here. So what are we expecting? We're expecting price to buy. This is the other block from that zone. We're expecting to see a buy formation right here, which is from 4 hours. On 4 hours, we want to see the buy formation here. Okay. This is the high. And this is the low. Like I said, I was selling before now. I was selling from here. But now market have changed. With what I'm seeing, I'm no longer confident in that sell. I want to see if price give me a bullish confirmation. Once I get a good bullish confirmation, I can target this low and drive price to the upside. If I don't get that confirmation also, I will leave it, let it go. Guys, this is my simple model. This is how I trade. Okay. So I just want to show you guys one of few things and the currency I am looking at. All right, so that's all guys, that's all guys. See you guys maybe tomorrow when I'll get this formation. Okay, if I get this formation tomorrow, I might come up here and check it together, because this is what I want to see here. This is what I want to see. All right, so guys, do have a wonderful day. Do have a blessed trading day.